When we talk about success, people often think it is about big victories, sudden breakthroughs, or once in a lifetime opportunities. But the truth is, success is not built in a single day or by one single event. It is built quietly in the small, consistent actions we take every single day. 90 minutes may not look like much when you compare it to the long hours in a day, but when you decide to dedicate those 90 minutes to your growth, your dreams, or your craft, it becomes the seed from which greatness grows. The power of consistency is underestimated because people are always looking for something dramatic, something instant. But life doesn't work like that. Life rewards those who are patient enough to show up again and again, even when the results are invisible, even when no one is clapping for them, even when the progress feels painfully slow. Imagine someone who wants to learn a new skill. If they only practice once a week, they will always remain average. But if they decide to give 90 minutes every single day, they will not only improve, they will transform. That is the power of consistency. It takes the ordinary and makes it extraordinary. It turns average effort into exceptional results. We all admire successful people, but we often forget that behind their success are years of consistent daily practice that no one saw. Every masterpiece was once a blank canvas, and every extraordinary achievement was once just 90 minutes of effort, repeated every single day until it became a way of life. Consistency is also what teaches us resilience, because there will be days when you don't feel like showing up, when your body is tired, when your mind is distracted, when the world seems unfair. And in those moments, it is consistency that whispers, "Show up anyway." It teaches you discipline. It builds your character. And it reminds you that success is not about how you feel today, but about who you are becoming every day. 90 minutes of consistent effort is like a promise you make to yourself, a promise that says, "I am not giving up on my dreams, no matter how long it takes." What is fascinating is how 90 minutes multiply over time. One day doesn't make a difference. A week may not show results. But give it a month, give it 6 months, give it a year, and you will see a version of yourself you never thought possible. Consistency takes small, invisible efforts and turns them into visible, undeniable transformation. It is like drops of water falling on stone. At first, nothing changes, but with time, the stone itself is shaped by the persistence of those drops. Your life works the same way. The question is not whether you have time, but whether you are willing to be consistent with the time you already have. The people who fail are not the ones who lacked dreams or talent. They are the ones who gave up on showing up daily. They underestimated the power of small efforts. They thought they needed something bigger, when in reality, all they needed was to keep going, one day at a time. Success does not ask you for everything all at once. It only asks you for consistent effort, and 90 minutes is enough to begin. If you can dedicate that time every single day, you will discover that success is not a matter of luck, but a matter of loyalty to your dreams, to your purpose, and to your journey. In a world full of noise, distractions, and endless demands, the greatest gift you can give yourself is focus. We live in an age where every second, something is competing for our attention. A notification, a message, a video, a task that pulls us away from what truly matters. That is why 90 minutes of undivided focus every day can change the direction of your entire life. It may sound simple, but the truth is, when you commit to giving yourself those 90 minutes without any interruptions, you are not just managing time. You are creating a sacred space for your dreams to breathe and grow. Focus is like sunlight passing through a magnifying glass. Scattered sunlight warms, but concentrated sunlight burns through. The same energy, but with focus, it becomes powerful. Your mind works the same way. When you scatter your attention across too many things, you achieve little. But when you dedicate 90 minutes to a single meaningful task, whether it is building a skill, working on your goals, or developing yourself, you channel your energy in a way that produces real progress. That is the gift of focus. It multiplies the impact of your effort. The problem many people face is not that they lack talent or resources. It is that they are too distracted to use what they already have. They start one thing, leave it halfway, chase another, and at the end of the day, they are exhausted but not fulfilled. 90 minutes of focus every day is like saying to yourself, for this time, nothing else matters but the work that will take me closer to who I want to be. It is not about working endlessly. It is about working deeply. That depth is where transformation begins. Think about a musician practicing daily, shutting out the noise of the world to give their full attention to their instrument. Over time, their music becomes not just sound, but soul. Think about a writer who sits down every day for 90 focused minutes. At first, it is just words on a page, but soon, it becomes a story that inspires others. Think about someone who wants to transform their health. And every day, they commit 90 minutes to training. In the beginning, progress is invisible, but with focus, the body changes, the energy changes, the mindset changes. This is the unseen power of focus. It slowly shapes the person you are becoming. But focus does not just help you achieve goals. It teaches you presence. In a world where minds are scattered and restless, focus teaches you how to be fully here, fully alive, fully engaged with the moment in front of you. When you practice focus daily, you begin to realize how much you were losing by living distracted. You discover clarity, you discover peace, and you discover the joy of giving your best to something that matters. 90 minutes of focus becomes more than just time. It becomes a practice of honoring your purpose. The truth is, you cannot control how much time you have in life, but you can control how you use the time you are given. 90 minutes of focus every day may seem small, but it is the difference between living a life of regret and living a life of fulfillment. Those who succeed are not the ones who had the most hours, but the ones who used their hours with the most focus. And when you choose to give yourself that focus, day after day, you will see that your dreams are not out of reach. They were waiting all along for you to give them your undivided attention. Motivation is a beautiful feeling, but it is also temporary. It comes in waves. Some days you feel unstoppable, and other days you can barely move. If your success depends only on motivation, then your journey will always be unstable. That is why discipline matters more than motivation. Discipline is what keeps you going on the days when motivation disappears. It is the quiet force that makes you sit down for those 90 minutes every single day, no matter how you feel, no matter what excuses your mind gives you. Motivation may inspire you to start, but discipline is what ensures you finish. When you rely on motivation, you wait for the perfect mood, the perfect moment, the perfect spark. But life is not perfect, and waiting for perfect moments will keep you standing still. Discipline, on the other hand, does not wait for feelings. It acts regardless of them. It is the decision to keep showing up, even when the excitement is gone. Even when the path feels heavy. Those 90 minutes you dedicate daily are not about whether you feel motivated. They are about whether you are committed. Discipline is commitment in action. Think of a student preparing for an exam. Motivation might make them study for one night, but discipline makes them study every day. Think of an athlete training for a competition. Motivation might push them through one tough session, but discipline carries them through months of preparation. The same applies to your dreams. If you depend only on motivation, you will work in bursts, but if you build discipline, you will move steadily toward your goals. And steady effort always outlasts bursts of energy. Discipline also gives you freedom. It may sound like a contradiction, but when you discipline yourself to give 90 minutes every day to what matters most, you free yourself from regret, from chaos, from wasted time. You no longer live reacting to moods or distractions, because discipline has already set your direction. Discipline does not chain you. It liberates you from the inconsistency that holds so many people back. Of course, discipline is not easy. It demands sacrifice. It means waking up earlier when you want to sleep, saying no to distractions when you want comfort, pushing yourself when you want rest. But the beauty is, every time you choose discipline over ease, you grow stronger. Your character deepens. Your willpower sharpens. Slowly, those 90 minutes stop feeling like a struggle and start feeling like a natural part of who you are. That is when discipline transforms into identity. You no longer do it because you have to. You do it because it is who you are. Motivation will make you dream, but discipline will make you achieve. It is the difference between wishing and becoming. It is the difference between the many who start and the few who finish. And the truth is, every great story of success is not written in moments of excitement, but in moments of discipline. When no one was watching, when no applause was given, when only the heart knew the effort being made. 90 minutes of disciplined effort daily may not make headlines, but it will create the life you desire. So, do not wait for motivation to carry you. Train yourself to carry on without it. Let discipline be your anchor, your strength, your constant companion. Because while motivation might visit once in a while, discipline will walk with you every day, guiding you to the success that is waiting for you. The greatest transformations in life are rarely born from one grand gesture. They are built quietly through small efforts, repeated again and again. 90 minutes a day may not seem like much in the beginning, and perhaps in the first few days or weeks, you will not see any change at all. That is where most people give up. They mistake the silence of early effort as a sign that nothing is happening. But in truth, something powerful is taking place beneath the surface. Just as a seed takes time to break through the soil, your efforts take time to show their results. This is the compound effect, the simple but extraordinary truth that consistent small actions, when added up over time, create remarkable change. Think about it. If you dedicate 90 minutes every single day to learning a new language, in the first week, you may only know a few words. In a month, you might start forming sentences. But in a year, you could be fluent enough to hold conversations and open doors to opportunities you never imagined. That fluency did not come from one massive effort. It came from the accumulation of 90-minute sessions, day after day. The compound effect takes what looks insignificant in the moment and transforms it into something extraordinary over time. This principle applies to every area of life. A person who gives 90 minutes daily to their health may not notice much change in a week, but over 6 months, their energy, strength, and confidence grow. A person who dedicates 90 minutes to reading every day may only finish a chapter at a time, but in a year they would have absorbed the wisdom of dozens of books. A person who invests 90 minutes into their craft daily may struggle at first, but slowly they rise to a level of mastery that sets them apart. That is the beauty of compounding. It is slow at first, almost invisible, but its results are undeniable. The reason many fail is because they underestimate small efforts. They expect instant results, and when they don't see them, they stop. But success does not happen instantly. It is a gradual build up of consistent choices. Every 90 minutes you give daily is like adding a drop of water into a jar. At first, the jar looks empty, but if you keep adding, one day it overflows. That overflow is what the world sees as success, but only you know the quiet persistence that filled the jar. The compound effect also teaches patience. In a world where everything is fast, fast food, fast internet, fast rewards, patience has become rare. But growth is not instant. It takes time, and the compound effect honors that time. It reminds us that true transformation is slow, steady, and lasting. When you understand this, you stop chasing shortcuts and start valuing consistency. What is even more powerful is that compounding does not just change results. It changes identity. As you show up for 90 minutes daily, you begin to see yourself differently. You no longer identify as someone who tries. You become someone who does. This shift in identity is priceless. Because once you believe in your ability to stay consistent, there is nothing you cannot achieve. So when you think your 90 minutes are too small to matter, remember this truth: small efforts, when multiplied by time, create massive results. The compound effect is always working for you or against you. If you use your 90 minutes wisely, it will work in your favor, lifting you higher than you imagined. If you waste it, it will compound in regret. The choice, every day, belongs to you. The way you spend your time is the truest reflection of what you value. We often say our dreams are important, that our growth matters, that our future is our priority. But if we do not dedicate time to them, those words remain empty. 90 minutes a day becomes a mirror, showing you exactly what you choose to honor. If you choose to give it to distractions, then distractions are your priority. If you choose to give it to your growth, then growth is your priority. Life is not about what we claim to value. It is about what our daily actions prove. It is easy to say, I don't have time. But the truth is, we all have the same 24 hours. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is not time itself. It is what they choose to do with the time they have. 90 minutes may seem small compared to the whole day, but it is enough to shape your direction. And your direction decides your destination. If every day you dedicate 90 minutes to building yourself, your future will reflect that investment. If every day you waste it on meaningless things, your future will reflect that too. Think about it. Someone who spends 90 minutes scrolling endlessly through social media might feel entertained for a moment. But what do they gain in the long run? Compare that with someone who spends the same 90 minutes learning, creating, or improving themselves. At the end of a year, both people will be in very different places. One will have regret, the other will have growth. The time was the same, but the priority was different. 90 minutes, used wisely, becomes the proof of what truly matters to you. This is why your 90 minutes daily is more than just time. It is a test of priorities. It forces you to ask yourself, what do I care about the most? Am I living for my comfort today or for my growth tomorrow? Am I giving my energy to things that move me forward or things that hold me back? The answers are not in your words. They are in your schedule. If your calendar shows 90 minutes dedicated to your dreams every single day, then you know your priorities are in the right place. The people we admire in life, the artists, the leaders, the visionaries, they did not succeed because they had more hours than us. They succeeded because they protected their time, they guarded their focus, and they gave their best energy to what mattered most. They did not allow 90 minutes to be wasted on things that did not build their future. They treated it as sacred, as untouchable, as an investment that would one day pay them back in ways bigger than they imagined. And here is the truth. The world will always try to steal your 90 minutes. Distractions will tempt you. People will demand your attention. Excuses will whisper in your ear. But the question remains, will you guard your priorities or will you let them slip away? Because every day, you are either building your future or building your regret. Every day, you are either proving your dreams matter or proving they don't. The choice is hidden in those 90 minutes. So, if you truly value your growth, if you truly value your dreams, protect that time fiercely. Let it be a daily declaration that says, I choose my future over my comfort. I choose my purpose over distractions. I choose to make my dreams a priority. Because in the end, your success or your failure is not written in words. It is written in how you spent your minutes. And nothing speaks louder than the 90 minutes you dedicate every single day. Every day we wake up with the same choice before us. How will we use the time we are given? Success and failure are not accidents. They are decisions made in the smallest units of our life. Our minutes. 90 minutes every single day may not look powerful, but it carries within it the weight of your entire future. It is the thin line that separates those who achieve from those who give up, those who live with fulfillment from those who live with regret. The truth is, you don't fail because of a lack of time. You fail because of misplaced time. Think about how often we say, I don't have time. Yet, those same hours get spent on things that add no value, things that distract us, things that only steal from our future. Success is not asking you for more hours. It is asking you to be wise with the hours you already have. 90 minutes is enough, but only if you choose to honor it every day. The choice is simple, but it is not easy. Every day, you either choose to use those 90 minutes to build yourself, or you choose to waste them and slowly build regret. This choice defines everything. If you dedicate 90 minutes daily to your goals, to your learning, to your growth, you will see yourself moving forward, even if the progress feels small. Small steps forward still carry you further than standing still. But if you allow those 90 minutes to be consumed by distractions or excuses, you remain stuck in the same place year after year, wondering why life isn't changing. It is not because life is unfair. It is because your choices were unfair to your own dreams. The difference between success and failure lies not in talent, not in luck, not even in opportunity, but in discipline and choice. Every successful person made a decision, not once, but every day, to give time to what mattered. Every person who failed also made a decision to give their time to things that did not matter. The line between the two is so thin, yet so powerful. 90 minutes is not just time on a clock. It is a vote you cast for the person you want to become. What makes this even more powerful is that the choice is always in your hands. No one can take away your 90 minutes unless you allow them to. No one can force you to waste them unless you decide to surrender them. That is the empowering truth. Success is not about conditions outside of you. It is about the decisions inside of you. Every day you get to decide, will I create growth or will I create regret? And let us be honest, failure does not come suddenly. It is not one big mistake that ruins everything. Failure creeps in quietly through the daily minutes we waste. Every time we choose not to show up, every time we say, I'll do it tomorrow, every time we hand our 90 minutes to distraction instead of dedication, we are slowly building a future we do not want. But the opposite is also true. Success does not come overnight. It comes from those daily minutes we guard, those small commitments we honor, those consistent steps we take even when no one notices. So the question is never, do I have enough time? The real question is, am I willing to use my time wisely? Because the truth is, success or failure is not waiting for you in the future. It is being decided right now, today, in how you choose to spend your 90 minutes.